Lions versus 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just a recap from last week. I think Manny had a clean slate. I think you got all the games correct.
Did I?
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
had the Lions, had the Chiefs,
Yeah.
had the 49ers, had the had
The
the
Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah. Clean slate.
Who's
I
the
went
Ravens play last week?
the Texans.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I had that.
Yeah, the Ravens, the Texans, and then I went 2-2. I had the Bills and the and Green Bay. That Green Bay definitely put up a worthy fight. So did the Bills. So I don't feel bad about those bets, but
Yeah,
that was 2-2 and 5-1 the first week. So just throughout these playoffs, for me, that is a nice little 7. What's that? 7-3. It's
yeah. You
not
picked a
bad.
lot of upsets.
It's not bad. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I know, but But starting off with this weekend, we have the Lions versus Tampa Bay and the Ravens versus Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
yeah,
Which that's going to be a good game. Lions will be a good game. I'm gonna just tell you right now, my point spread on the Lions is going to be like the game score for me,
yeah.
uh, 31, 30, like 30 between
Wow.
30 and 31 to
Wow.
24.
Mm,
31-24 Lions. I think it's going to be a great game, but I
yeah,
think I told you, I think the Lions are going to come out the same way they did versus the Rams. Bang, bang, bang. First 3 drives that they have on offense, I think they'll score touchdowns, and then from that point on, it'll just be managing the game and managing the lead and keeping the 49ers from coming all the way back. So,
yeah,
but yeah, so I definitely got the Lions in it, and got the Lions going to the Super Bowl.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Obviously, I got the Lions too in that game. I got the Lions 31-28. It's funny when you said 31 points. I was like, maybe he says 28 behind it, but no, 31-28. I think it'll be a close game. I think the Lions' best chance for victory in this game is really putting pressure on Purdy, and stopping the run game. I think if we can make Purdy beat him with his arm, I think we got the best opportunity. I don't think we'll drop any interceptions. And if we can get him tight, make him feel the pressure of the game and our defense, I think we'll for sure be coming out of that game. Honestly, if we can do those things, that score would be more 31-20 or 31-17. Personally, I just feel like if we can truly get pressure on Purdy and make him feel the moment with D-ball out there, or not at any point in the game, I think that he will shrink. Personally, it doesn't really matter. If you notice that when you saw that Packers game, it wasn't so much that like Purdy can't throw the ball. He couldn't throw in the rain. That's a real thing. But it's not like, he can't cinch the pocket or he's got bad fundamentals. It's just he gets tight. You know what I'm saying? Once you get tight, you're not risking it anymore. And if
Right.
there's one thing you're not going to do on our team, it's not risk deep shots. If you don't risk deep shots on our corners, that game is over for you. You know what I'm saying? I do like the way we schemed Kirby Joseph against the Bucks in terms of making Baker, forcing Baker to take a shot to Mike Evans and having Kirby Joseph cut across the field for like a little hidden double coverage on him.
Right.
And you notice he got no more of those corner passes. You know what I'm saying? When we started doing that, don't get it wrong, Baker's gonna throw it. You know what I'm saying? So he tried it, but the ball sailed over his head. But yeah, man, I do believe that the Lions have a shot to win this game. I think it really will come down to just putting pressure on Purdy and stopping the run game. Putting pressure on Purdy and stopping the run game. Now on the opposite side of the football, I do see our corners being a problem. I do see our defense being a problem a little bit. If I was looking at it from the 49ers standpoint, I really think they have some holes that can be exploited. I think And honestly, I don't believe that Purdy is like just a terrible quarterback or he's gonna blow it. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. I really do believe he is capable of rising to the occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do believe he's capable of rising to the occasion. He's got playmakers. His whole objective in Kyle Shanahan's whole scheme will be to get the ball to playmakers. You know what I'm saying? So it should be a fun one. It should be a fun one. You know.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely should be. I mean, I don't, Brock Purdy is what Cam Newton says. He's a game manager, and so is Jared Goff. But I do believe Jared Goff is just a tier above in the game management position. Um, at the end of the day, I do think we're coming in with the better quarterback. I guess you could say they have the better coach, but Dan
That's
Campbell
questionable.
it is because Dan Campbell's in the middle of making his mark. I mean, if you want to call it what it is, he's undefeated in the playoffs. But
Yeah.
so we'll see how this game goes. Which the Lions are going to win, so long as the Lions come in and play how they played all year long, bring that aggression they brought all year long, and play their game, they're going to win. Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, not one team we played against had more than 70 yards rushing
Mm.
all year, including these playoffs.
Yeah.
No one's had more than 70 yards rushing,
Yeah.
right? So that means Brock Purdy's going to have to throw a lot.
Yeah.
And, that's what – and even if we get to the Ravens, that's what we're going to have to do. You're going to shut that run down. I don't know what went on that first time.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you know what I'm saying?
So what with Brock Purdy against the Ravens or us against the
us
Ravens?
versus Ravens. But, yeah, that's all they're going to do. They're going to stop that run. They're going to make Brock Purdy throw a lot. And that's what's going to really get us the win, because I think our offense is going to just do what they do. And because the 49ers struggle against the run, regardless of, what team records are and what team, aura is. I get the 49ers are a big aura. They're a big name. They're a big brand in the league. However, at the end of the day, it's about matchups, and what they do best on defensively is pressure quarterbacks, but they don't stop runs well. Well, if you have a good run game, 2,000-yard running backs, you're probably gonna have a good day on them. Aaron Jones had a 110 or like 120, something like that. Had a
he balled out.
50-yard run in there. But so, I think Jahmyr Gibbs, Montgomery have the similar kind of days to him, probably individually, probably both getting around 70 to 100 individually each.
Yeah.
On top of Gibbs, catching some passes, which you already know, man. Once we get into that red zone, it's really like automatic. Whether you want to go to, St. Brown on the inside route, or if you want to just, get Gibbs on the outside run.
Yeah.
I mean, we got options, and I think that's where we'll get them. Is we can take our time, be meticulous, getting down the field, chewing up the clock, and getting that pressure. Like the more it's because it's not even about really just the lead. It's about the continuous they score, you score kind of energy. The more we stay at their necks, the closer that Brock Purdy mistake could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, they haven't really shown this year they can survive that. I mean, Jared Goff threw 2 picks versus Dallas, and he still ended up really throwing the game winner.
Yeah.
They haven't had that with Brock Purdy, where it's like, I mean, if he starts throwing it up, it's like, oh man, it's about to get bad.
Well, he's gonna get tight. He's gonna get tight, and he's known to get tight. And we've all seen it. However, that's the only part that I truly kind of disagree with. Personally, I feel like the Lions come in there, we get the lead first, we score a touchdown on the opening drive, kind of like you said. If we do what we did against the Rams team, I don't see it going the same way. Matt Stafford and Brock Purdy are completely two different quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, too, in that Rams game, we put up 14 when they had 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, if Brock Purdy goes down 14-3, he's not staying in that game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Again, but you know how the Lions are and what we've done all season. We don't try and pummel you with points. You know what I'm saying? We get a nice lead, like a 14-3, 17-3, maybe 21-3 at half, and we will keep it there until you get 10 points, and then we'll move it to 24. Then you'll think you're in the game. You'll get it to 17.
We'll put
Everybody's
it on you
tight.
in the first half, though.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
people will but yeah, so 14-3 will, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But Ravens and Chiefs, personally, I got the Ravens in that one. Obviously, I've picked them at the beginning of the year to go to the Super Bowl. So happy to see that that is coming to be. Um, I'm going to go 38 Ravens, 27 Chiefs.
that's solid.
A solid smacking. It's just under the threshold of a blowout. Blowout would be, 14 points or more. So just under the threshold of a blowout, but it was a significant lead over the greatest quarterback, of this current era. So, yeah, I think this is going to show that this is really the Brady versus what's the name, Manning matchup right here. It's not with Josh Allen, who's had a few opportunities now to dethrone Mahomes. Um, I think this is the real matchup because Lamar's about to get his second MVP. Those other guys, Burrow, they don't have MVPs. Lamar got a unanimous one. Possibly has another unanimous one. So we'll see what happens. But I got him winning that game 1,000%. His defense is just ridiculous. How good they are, and on offense, Odell's looking a little overpaid, if you're asking me. I mean, I don't know what his impact is. Maybe him just being out there, it keeps defenses honest, and that helps the other guys, surrounding. But, impact wise, I'm not really seeing much for what they gave him. But it got Lamar to, be happy because they made moves. Also, and they also show other guys that hey. You want to come in for a year or two with Lamar, at least get the bag, So,
True.
yeah, but, I think it'd be a hard fought game. Think it's going to be a hard fought game. Hope it's not too many Taylor Swift shots in there and they can just focus in on the game. Hope they get, the OG 52 out there to do his OG dance like he did last time those two teams played. Because it's always a show. If you do recall, Lamar did get to, go for it on like fourth to beat the Chiefs last time. Because I got the video of him walking back, and Harbaugh was like, "Hey, you want to go for that?" He was like, "Hey, come on." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I hope it really comes down to who gets it last. But I don't think that the teams are evenly matched right now. So I think it's just Lamar's bout to win, just because, I don't think Mahomes. Actually, I do think the teams are evenly matched because I don't think Lamar makes that offense seem like it's more than what it is. That's why people can't really. I don't even know how he blows anybody out. Like no one's had like oh man, this guy got 200 yards. Just like what I'm saying, just like, but the points are up there. Yeah, but it's because they had good defense, good positioning on the field. All of that plays in. Yeah, but hey.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel you. I got the Chiefs in that one, 38-35. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a really good game. It's hard for me to bet against greatness at this point. I said that last week when he was going to the Bills, and everybody said it was the Bills' time to win. But yet again, he pulled off another victory. So, 6 straight AFC championships games, 6 straight AFC championship games. Some people say this is when his season actually starts. He's never seen anything less than the AFC championship game. So I think the Ravens are happy to be there, but he's not. He's focused truly on winning. And I think this is when he solidifies who he is to football. Now I do want Lamar to win that game. Truth be told, I do want Lamar to win that game. I think he's more than capable of it. I don't think he has the same problems Josh Allen has. And I actually really do want him to win that game. And they should based on what they have. But, again, it's just hard for me to bet against Mahomes. The fact that Mahomes is out there and people are even saying this is going to be a game, it's something different.
Yeah.
It's very similar to Brady. The only difference is Patrick Mahomes can really get outside of the pocket. So I think it'll be definitely one to watch. I got it 38-35. I think Andy Reid is an amazing coach. So as far as their coaching bouts are to be in question, I think that Andy Reid has more experience and he's great at schemes, adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that game will be close. I think the Baltimore's worst nightmare is them having a 10-10 game at half. I think that's
Right.
their worst nightmare. And the fact that people are even saying if it is that close, you're worried, it really just goes to show you where Baltimore is at in this situation. Now, of course, Lamar's a winner. He wants to win. I don't believe he'll tighten up, but we have seen him in moments begin to take the game a little bit more in his control and be a little bit more aggressive, and I think that would hurt him. I think that would play right into what the Chiefs want them to do. I think the Chiefs will send blitzes 80% of that game. Keep everything in front of them. They actually have two great cornerbacks, which is something that a lot of teams they can't blitz Lamar in that regard because they don't have corners who can actually cover well. So with Snead and McDuffie back there, I think they'll send the house at Lamar the whole game, and I think that's where Lamar will have to shine. Now of course he can. Do I think Lamar's gonna have some breakout runs? Absolutely. But if you can minimize that and keep that to a minimum, that's gonna be a scary game for Baltimore. Like we saw last week with the Bills versus the Chiefs. Mahomes has no problem playing from behind. You know what I'm saying? Like he will not. It's not a moment where it's like Baltimore. You just got to go up by 14. You know what I'm saying? Mahomes will keep that game as close as possible until the other team stops scoring. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's Baltimore again. That's where I could see Baltimore losing this game.
Right.
So I truly think it'll be. I think it'll be a great. I think it'll be a great matchup, one for the ages, 38-35. And then kind of touching back on that, even that Lions game a little bit. I don't think that, I don't think that Kyle Shanahan is a better coach than Dan Campbell, but I do think he has more experience and has proved himself more in these moments than Dan Campbell. And I think it will show Sunday. And again, I think if we can make Purdy play tight, I think we got a chance at winning that game.
Yeah. Good take. Good take.
I'm
Just
going
here.
to
You
pause
say
it.
just. Huh?
You good?
Yeah, I was saying good take. Just hearing you talk about them though, I'm gonna say 48-34 now. A royal smacking by Lamar.
Hey, man, that's why I got it at 38-35. It's funny that you said it should come down to the last drive. Again, now, I'm a
That would be
Lions
fun,
fan.
but it's not happening.
Now, I'm a Lions fan. So a part of me, too, wanting the Chiefs to win is because we beat them in week 1, and that would just be a hell of a Super Bowl rematch. But I will say this much. If the Chiefs keep that game to 30 and under, they haven't allowed 30 points, if I'm not mistaken. There's some statistic about them at 30 points. But if they can keep that game 28, 30, and under, man, that's what I want for Baltimore.